You use it every day. But you probably never stop to think about it. Every second, more than 25,000 rolls of toilet paper are produced in the world. And yet, if a factory stops for a few hours, entire cities run out of stock. How can such a light, simple, and soft product depend on such a gigantic industrial process? This seemingly ordinary roll is the result of precision engineering, chemistry, cellulose, and hundreds of tons of machines working in perfect synchrony. And the most impressive thing? The paper you have at home started as a soaked, crushed, and cooked eucalyptus log. Today, you will discover the complete journey of the world's most intimate paper, from the forest to your bathroom. Before we move on to the next step, go ahead and subscribe to Mundo Fabricado. Here you won't miss any episodes about the secrets of the most surprising factories on the planet. And tell me, what common product do you think has the most bizarre manufacturing process? It all begins in the eucalyptus and pine forests, trees chosen for a simple and ingenious reason. They grow quickly, have long fibers, and produce cellulose with the perfect balance between strength and softness. These trees are planted exclusively for the industry. No deforestation. Each harvested area is replanted, and the complete cycle, from sprout to cut, takes about 7 years. After harvesting, enormous trunks are transported in convoys to the factory. There, they go through debarkers with steel blades that remove the bark with surgical precision. What remains becomes small chips, the size of coins. They seem harmless, but they are the beginning of a very high-tech process. These wood chips enter the digester, a gigantic pressurized reactor, where they are cooked at over 150 degrees Celsius in a solution of caustic soda and sulfides. This mixture dissolves the lignin, the natural glue of the wood, releasing the cellulose fibers. The result? A moist brown pulp, rich in pure cellulose. And get ready, a single tree can yield up to 1,500 rolls of toilet paper. Impressive, isn't it? But this brown pulp is far from looking like toilet paper. This is where one of the most important steps comes in: industrial bleaching. First, successive washes with hot water remove the last impurities. Then, the pulp passes through tanks with hydrogen peroxide and chlorine dioxide compounds that bleach without damaging the fibers. The control is so precise that any deviation can compromise the softness and safety of the final product. After several hours, the cellulose reaches over 99% purity, so white that it reflects light. This impeccable white is not just aesthetic, it's synonymous with hygiene for the consumer. Before the giant machines come into action, the pulp is sifted and concentrated until it becomes a creamy mass, almost like a cellulose milkshake. This milkshake then goes through a veritable industrial spa. More washing, vibratory filtration, and optical sensors monitoring everything in real time. When the pulp reaches the perfect consistency, the spectacle of heavy engineering begins. Imagine a machine the size of a 3-story building, the Yankee dryer. It's what transforms that liquid mixture into a continuous sheet of paper. The cellulose is spread over a thin conveyor belt with only 1% solids. The rest is water, which needs to evaporate in seconds. Steam-heated cylinders reach 120 degrees Celsius, compressing and drying the sheet, while metal rollers roar incessantly. A single machine can produce 2,000 meters of paper per minute, about 20 football fields per hour. Cameras and sensors inspect every centimeter. If a flaw imperceptible to the human eye appears, the machine itself cuts out the defective area. At this point, a giant sheet is born, more than 6 meters wide, but still raw and without texture. That's when engineering and delicacy meet. Carefully calibrated rollers stretch and thin the paper until it reaches a thickness of less than 1/10 of a millimeter. To ensure softness and resistance, many factories use multi-layered paper, joining 2 or 3 very thin sheets. The wet sizing process seals the fibers with hot air and thermal pressure. Everything is so sensitive that even the humidity of the environment influences it. Any mistake can tear the entire sheet and lose tons of material. Now, it's time to give the paper personality. Embossing and embossing machines come into action, with metal rollers that print embossed patterns, flowers, waves, spirals. These designs increase absorption. They prevent the sheets from sticking together and guarantee that soft touch. Next comes the fragrance and softening, applied in millimeter-thin mists that do not alter the paper's structure. Finally, the moment arrives to transform the endless sheet into individual rolls. The master roll, a cylinder weighing up to 2 tons, is cut by circular blades as sharp as scalpels, while robotic arms roll each strip with absolute precision. A single line can produce 40 rolls per second, in a true synchronized industrial ballet. Before being packaged, the rolls undergo rigorous, laboratory-worthy tests, including tear resistance, absorption, water dissolution, texture, and automatic optical inspection. Only then do they go to market, always the same, always safe. Quick fact: toilet paper only became popular in the West after the 1940s. Before that, newspapers, cloths, and even corn cobs were used. Thank goodness we evolved. Today, the global industry manufactures more than 30 billion rolls per year, and the next revolution is already underway. Recycled paper and bamboo paper, which grows up to 30 times faster than eucalyptus and can be harvested without replanting. Some factories already operate with clean energy and reused water, approaching a production cycle with almost no waste. In the end, that simple roll in your bathroom represents more than comfort. It's engineering, science, and care on a gigantic scale. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at hygiene, subscribe to Processo e Produtto and comment below which part of this process surprised you the most today.